We're live.
The
Welcome back to the
return.
The
podcast. Podcast
return.
number 3.
It's
This is the third
been.
podcast.
We skipped a week because we were busy last weekend.
Oh my god, dude.
Lots
Crazy.
of stuff
Harry
for
came down.
school, and
School
they were
stuff.
busy, and now
Yeah,
we're back now, so it doesn't
we're
matter.
we're back now. Um.
Very anticipated podcast.
Yep.
The
We
fans
kept
love
like.
us.
Yeah, people would not stop blowing up our DMs, just
Uh-huh.
begging for another
I was
podcast.
like, I was getting groped in the streets when I was trying to go shopping. You're like, I need no
Yeah.
offense podcast.
You're like, get off me, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like a little ass kid.
I punt that fucker into the fucking stratosphere.
Into the produce
Would you get,
aisle.
Yeah.
would you get locked up for a little kid touching you and groping you?
Well, I mean, you're not. You're trying to like
I'm
push him
trying to get him
away.
off. He
That's a
wanted
good
a no
question,
offense
bro.
Anything.
podcast that bad. Little fucker's gonna
Yeah.
get what's his.
Mommy, the no offense crew, and you're like, get the fuck away from me. You stink like shit.
You little fucker. But
Little
yeah.
fucker.
We're famous, so I know it's hard. It's hard.
Yep.
How
The,
do you
the,
how do you think people who are like actually ridiculously famous, like, do you think they just fucking want to kick the fuck out of people who are like that, or like trying to fucking bother them in public and shit?
Bro,
probably.
if
I
I was
saw.
famous and I was having people, I don't get the people who are assholes about it. Like, unless the person's like an asshole to you, like even if I'm eating at a dinner table and somebody like if I was famous and somebody came up to me, I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's take a picture real quick.
Hmm.
Some people would just like scream at them and be like fucking asking them why they're trying to get in their face while they're fucking eating or whatever. I mean, you're like in a public setting, so
Yeah, I guess at a certain point you just kind of lose an expectation of
no.
privacy like normal people have.
Yeah, it's not like you're not guaranteed that anymore after becoming famous,
I
especially like
I don't know if
out
it would
in
change
like
the
the
fact.
streets.
Yeah, I don't know if it would change the fact that people would still want to fucking kick the shit out of little kids if they bothered them.
I saw a video the other day of like this guy like fucking walking up to Jack Black in public. Like he just went out shopping, and then he walked up. He's like, Jack Black, you're great. You're so funny. And like he was like shoving the camera in his fucking
What the
face. I'm
fuck?
like, dude, leave him
Okay,
alone.
okay, people like that, like if you're like shoving the camera in their face and like
And he
fucking
was being
oh,
so nice about it.
Pe-
He was like, "Oh, your movie, it was so good." And Jack Black was like, "It's the best. It's the best." And like he got in his car. He was being so nice about it, like smiling. And in my head, I couldn't help but think, like, if I were him, I would be so fucking pissed. Like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to go grocery shopping.
my one of my
like
favorite
that's
things is when like paparazzi are getting too close to the actors. Oh, those
Hmm.
fucking leeches.
okay,
And they s-
paparazzi is a
yeah,
different
and then
fucking story.
they start like fucking hounding these fucking paparazzi motherfuckers.
I like seeing Toby Maguire get mad at
Oh
paparazzi people.
yeah,
Like, get the fuck out of the way! I'm
yeah,
trying to drive on the street.
that shit was funny.
Like I feel like paparazzi, you can treat them as like a second class citizen.
Yeah, you really can. You really
You know they're
can.
just scumbags that are just trying to get a fucking story for their
Yeah,
boss.
they're just trying to get a rise out of you and be like, "Oh my god, this famous celebrity got really angry." It's because you're fucking standing in my way while I'm trying to drive home. Get the
So if
fuck
you
out of
like
my
talk
way.
to them and they like record it and like they try to post it and make you look bad or some shit,
Mhm.
people are gonna know that they're just
Yeah,
fucking full of it because of the
yeah.
business they're in.
Mhm.
That's
Ugh.
just ridiculous. That is
Yeah, that
just
shit pisses me
ridiculous.
off.
How do you have like you have to have no shame to have a job like that?
Seriously.
You gotta
I
be
like.
bold as fuck too. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
gotta have some balls to just like walk up to like fucking Johnny Depp and like fucking ask him about the most controversial shit. Like
Knowing full well some of those fuckers have like full security teams ready to kick your
yeah,
ass on a moment's notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, that shit, like, cause I try to think of it like, if you're one of those scumbag fucking paparazzi reporters, try and put yourself in, that celebrity's shoes. Like, if you were just a normal ass person and you're trying to go grocery shopping and you didn't want to talk to anybody, and like 10,000 motherfuckers with cameras and lights like came up to you blasting questions in your face, like, you'd probably get mad too. Like,
Oh, I'd get furious. I'd get
be
fucking
fucking for
furious.
real. I would be angry if somebody actually did that to me in real life.
I would want to cause serious harm to that person.
I'm just thinking about it like if I was in their shoes, like what I personally would do, but
hmm
knowing how some of the like people who are famous actually act like when they're not being recorded is a different story because some of them are just
Yeah.
like straight up gonna be fucking dicks.
Bro, have you heard of
hmm
like how James Corden acts or acted in private? You know who that is?
Isn't that the guy like
Oh
It's
yeah.
that fat
on that?
British talk show
Yeah,
host.
yeah, fucking
Yeah. What
fatty.
a
Yeah,
fucking fatty.
He was like apparently he's just a major dickhead off camera. I
I could
mean, no
see it. He just
surprise.
looks like a fucking tool.
And apparently it's been like an issue with him since he like started his acting career in like the early 2000s or whenever. He's like
I would
always just been
bash
a
James
dickhead.
Corden's teeth out of his mouth with a fucking baseball bat.
Well, whatever.
that's
I
kind
mean,
Mostly because
of
he's
teeth he
British.
has, yeah.
Mostly because he's British and fat.
that's kind of like the situation with fucking Tugboat, like fucking shaming her like dancers or whatever.
Uh,
Oh my god.
it
Fucking
took me a second to
Lizzo,
Tugboat.
realize what you were talking about. I'm like, tugboat? Who the fuck is? Oh.
Fucking
fucking Lizzo
tugboat.
is like apparently like shaming her fucking dancers, fat shaming her dancers or something.
uh,
Well, I thought that was pretty fucking funny because she's like gigantic. She has no room to be
yeah, she has
like.
no room to fat shame her dancers. That bitch is like fucking a chip off of fucking like passing out and dying of a heart attack. Like one potato chip, one glazed barbecue chip, and it'll just put her over. Fucking cow.
It's like you just have to have zero self-awareness at that point.
Seriously. Have some fucking shame, woman. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Do you not like look at yourself and like how does Lizzo look at herself and
Have
it's just
you
like,
seen
yeah.
those? There's like a video on the Instagram or the internet that I saw. It was like she was like on an interview and she's like I've or no she was on live. She's like on her Instagram live.
Mm-mm.
She's like I've never dipped an Oreo into milk.
Oh no, it's like
Oh
so
yeah.
apparently you take it and you dip it in the milk and because some guy this lady's so full of fucking shit. Do you really believe Lizzo has never dunked an Oreo cookie into milk? And I mean he's 100% true. There is no way Lizzo has not dunked an Oreo cookie into
Yeah,
milk before.
It's just impossible. There's just no way.
just
She's
look at
she's
her.
so
She's
Trying
dunked a
so
thousand
incredibly
fucking
trying
overweight.
Oreos
to
in the
pretend in
milk.
the video like she's never done that before. Get a fucking grip.
Lizzo is the size of the fucking like Michelin Man statue at Costco. Like this bitch has definitely dunked an Oreo in
And
fucking
it's
milk before.
and it's not even like it's just Oreos. Like you've never heard about like dunking a cookie into milk. Like that is gotta be like top three
Children in
things
Africa
everybody
have fucking
knows.
heard
Yeah,
about that shit. Of course she has.
fucking she has gotta.
Children that will never ever touch an Oreo in their lives have heard of dunking an Oreo in milk. Of course Lizzo's fucking heard of it and done it.
That's just a whole nother thing, bro. So many people like pretend that they haven't done something to like get a rise out of it. It's kind of
Appa-
working too. It's like worked for us.
Apparently, you dunk the Oreo in the milk, and apparently, if you hold it in for 3.6 seconds exactly, it'll get the perfect saturation of milk in the actual Oreo cookie, and then you can eat it, and it'll taste really good. Apparently. But I know everything there is to know about it. Oh, hold on a second. My Uber
Fatty,
Eats is here.
honestly.
Let me pause dunking my Oreo into my milk so I can go pick up my 7,000 Big Macs from Uber Eats, and then I'll continue dunking this Oreo cookie in the milk and then eat my 7,000 Big Macs I got from Uber Eats. Also, I weigh 700,000 fucking pounds, and I'm talentless.
I like eating
You want
700,000 Big
you
Macs.
want in? What the fuck? You got some things you want to get off your chest, Jason, about Lizzo?
Bro,
I think
I fucking hate
we've
the
said
whole like
plenty.
like like normalizing of fucking like that fat bitch. Like imagine like all these there's a lot of people out there that are like, "Oh my god, Lizzo's so beautiful and brave." The second you say that bitch looks like Lizzo, they're like, "Uh are you
I, s-
serious?"
I see that shit all the time, like in comments, like
Like get
Lizzo
real.
Lizzo's a queen until you say that someone looks like her, and then they freak out.
Yeah, then they freak out. You know why? Cuz she's a fat sack of shit that looks like Jabba the Hutt. That's why. You don't want to get
She's
compared
a
to Jabba the
literal
Hutt, now,
fucking
do you?
slug, fucking walking human slug. Honestly, instead of that cameo she had in fucking, I don't know, what was that?
Star Wars,
Yeah,
right?
that was that the Mandalorian season?
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a
Fuck.
fucking cameo in that. She should have been fucking during the original fucking series, Jabba the fucking Hutt.
Yeah, they should have casted her as Jabba. No CGI or anything. Just let her just be on sit on her
No
fucking litter on
CGI, no
screen.
makeup, nothing.
All
Just
you have to
fucking
do is just plop her down on a fucking rug and then like feed her 7,000 fucking
and
cheeseburgers
put
and
that
she'll
little fucking like rat on her shoulder and then fucking
yeah.
Salacious.
start
Yes,
filming.
Salacious Crumb. He was like and then Lizzo will like roll over slightly and just crush him to death. He's like, oh, oh, oh!
You know those little fucking like sailboats they had in the fucking sand?
Yes, the sail barges.
Yeah, the sail barges. That thing would be like so close to the fucking ground when it's flying.
The
Like
big
it's like
one, the big Jabba's
yeah, the
like proper like
gigantic
sail
ones,
barge.
yeah.
It would be like barely scraping against the fucking sand grains.
Oh my god, that is fucking funny.
It's like, huh, it's interesting. We can load this thing up with like 100 normal people and it'll fly like, pretty high in the sky. But the second we put Jabba on, it's just, man, just
Don't even
scraping against
refer
the fucking sand.
don't even refer to her as Lizzo, it's fucking Jabba or like Tugboat or some shit.
Tugboat is fucking something else. That is hilarious. Because it took me a second when you said that. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking? Is this like some streamer I don't know about?" I was like, "Wait a second. Wait a second. There's something. There's something afoot here."
Oh my god. I hate her not only because she's like gigantic and fat and disgusting,
Oh my god.
but but she's a part of like that like I don't even know what to call it like that crew like Ice Spice and fucking Cardi B and all of them that make those fucking
Oh,
shitty songs.
they just make shit and fucking music, and then people worship them, and they have zero talent.
Sexualizing everything.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly.
Cardi B and Ice Spice, they just get sexualized, and that's how they get all their money. Lizzo,
Yeah.
like she just gets like pity money. People are like, "Oh my god, you're so beautiful. Take my money." Oh, you make a song? Oh, but you're fat, so it's okay. So
I,
guess
f-
that means you're talented all of a sudden, I guess. Maybe I should get fat as dog shit and then identify as a woman, and then I'll just get all the money in the world. I'll
I
post
think
like
I'm
dick
just
pics on OnlyFans.
yeah. Honestly that works. Fucking girls live it on easy mode, I guess.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I'm a woman, by the way. Ignore my cock and balls. I'm also gonna gain 700,000 pounds, so you guys can live out your fat bitch fetish with me. I'll grow
I
out my hair.
I feel like the majority of like women that I see are like super successful are like in some way or fashion like sexualized like I don't know like
Hmm.
they either have OnlyFans or they're fucking model
Or
or
it's like
they're
I spy. Well, I don't know. A
yeah
model's different. Like a Victoria's Secret model, I have respect for those women because, well, I don't know, the older models at least, just because nowadays they'll just let any fucking
yeah they'll
disgusting
just
ogre
let
come in.
fucking Lizzo come in and fucking
But,
put on the
but
tightest fucking
beforehand, it used to be like these, beautiful like Victoria's Secret models that put in a shit ton of work to look like super slim and like fit and healthy. They're very attractive women that
yeah
put in a lot of work. Like
I mean
that's okay. I
that's
understand that.
fine but I'm just saying like the really successful women are always like
Yeah,
I'd say that's still sexualizing stuff because I mean you're fucking model and you're trying to look good and
yeah. But
promote
like,
something.
I get what you mean though. Like, if you look at
Mhm.
Ice Spice, she's like grabbing her fucking pussy while she's making a song and shit.
Yeah,
It's like, that's
like
just
that,
not classy. That's just
and
gross.
like the few women that actually are rich, like from I guess doing whatever, are like nurses or doctors or something.
Well, that's like normal people rich. Like we're
Yeah,
talking stupid rich. Stupid rich women
stinking rich.
either
Yeah,
either divorce their super rich husbands and get like a shit ton of
fucking
alimony money,
who was
or
it?
they're
It was
just
Jeff
sexualized.
Bezos, right?
Yeah, like she
Yeah,
became the richest woman in the world by divorcing Jeff Bezos. So, but that's the
that is
only way it's
funny.
gonna happen, I guess. God, that's fucking hilarious though. It's just like, because I mean, there's plenty of like successful women out in the world, of pediatricians that have their own fucking clinic and shit. There's nurses that work their asses off and make good money. But when it comes to like stupid money, like women, I can think of like a few. that are genuinely just like really talented. Like I don't know. I guess Ariana Grande, like she has a really good voice.
Okay, that's true. I wasn't thinking about that.
There's some women that are like that. It's like, oh wow, like yeah, like you're genuinely just like talented. But like a lot of them, like you're talking like Ice Spice and Cardi B, just fucking trash. Like subhuman fucking trash that have zero talent.
And
Can't
they
even
just,
read a page out of a fucking Harry Potter book.
in my opinion, they also like ruin fucking culture because every girl is trying to be like that now.
It
Like
sucks. It sucks. Gosh. Yeah. I mean, that's true.
they just ruin it for everybody, and everybody's trying to be like Cardi B and fucking dances to the songs and does all the same moves and
And
fucking
then
posts it on the internet and wears some like fucking skimpy outfit.
that in turn makes a lot of guys our age fucking just degrade themselves too and just become horrible fucking disgusting people as well. It's just like
Facts.
this whole fucking cycle because all these fucking morons will scroll on like TikTok or Reels for like 7 hours just looking at thirst traps because they just like every single one of them. The algorithm just keeps throwing it at their face.
Yeah, keeps fucking feeding into him.
So people are getting dumber by the day just scrolling on that shit. And then women continue to, or a lot of women continue to fucking post shit like that. And then guys will fucking continue to degrade themselves. It's just this whole fucking cycle. We're doomed. If we ever get invaded, we're fucking doomed. I swear.
Invaded as the world or the United
The
States?
United States
Oh
specifically,
hell no.
like we're fucked.
Somebody invades us, I'm signing up and I'm fucking up somebody.
Don't get me wrong. Like the people like us, we're gonna go down, with a fight. Like we're gonna give
No.
them hell. But
Nobody can invade us unless they like, cause we're
We're
so well placed that like a coastal
yeah.
invasion is impossible.
I'm just saying, like realistically, like whenever our generation is like running the world and shit, like I genuinely have a lot of concern because there's so much. I cannot tell you how many stupid motherfuckers I deal with on a daily basis. It's just insane. Like people my age and like slightly older, they're just dumb. There's so many dumb people.
I feel like
There are a lot of dumb
I,
motherfuckers
f-
around.
I feel like it's
A lot
it's
of
split
dumb
and
people.
split because I've seen like I like seeing all the people now that are like trying to actually help like the younger generation and like creating like
Yeah,
these online things where like they just fucking educate people and
how to be
fucking
a proper young man and
yeah
shit.
and stuff like that and fucking just
Stuff like that's what
overall
gives me
like
hope.
good role model and like good
Yeah.
values and shit like that. I see a bunch of accounts like that. Maybe that's just because of the stuff I follow, but I have some hope for especially our generation. And a lot of the people I talk to, at least like in our generation, are sound minded.
Well, that's why I try and like surround myself with like sound-minded people because like whenever I do that, I'm like, okay, there's hope. But then I try to narrow my view to only them because the second I like widen it to other people, it's just like, oh god, like you are just like so stupid. You're making stupid choices. You're just talking like a stupid person. You're a weak-minded individual. It's just like no discipline or I don't even know, self-respect. It's just ridiculous. People just really let themselves go in more ways than one, I guess. Disappointing to
Although
see.
I feel like that's also like kind of I feel like every generation before like always says the next generation's gonna be trash.
That's true. Yeah.
Like everybody's dogging on the millennials, and then the millennials are dogging on Gen Z,
Well,
and
to be fair, the millennials definitely fucking deserve it. Look at them. I'm not saying we're much better, but in some
both
ways we
my
are.
actually I think my brother Jack is Gen Z technically, but my other brother's millennial.
I was gonna say Jack's just like on the cusp of it, right?
I
Being
think so.
being
Yes.
a zoomer. I
God,
fucking
that is
hate
so
that term
cringe.
so
I hate
fucking
that
much.
shit too. What's the new
Zoomer.
generation that they're calling? Gen Alpha?
Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X. I thought it's
It's
Oh,
alpha.
X.
X is
No,
our
X's are
parents.
like our parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like X, then millennial, then
Alpha, yeah,
Z.
right.
Now it's alpha.
Fucking growing up with fucking Steven
Cocoa
Universe
melon.
and fucking shit like that.
And cocoa melon and shit.
I feel like
Cocoa melon!
our generation is like the last generation that was super vulgar or like had super vulgar like TV
Played
shows
outside in
and
the
stuff
dirt
like
and
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Played outside in the dirt. Had
You know,
fucking
that's
vulgar
actually
TV
true.
shows.
I don't see like at least when I was growing up, like every single day I would like go outside and play with the neighbors and shit like that.
Yeah.
I know, like my neighbor, like our neighborhood is, getting older, but still, like I know there's kids in the neighborhood still, and I feel like I never see them like out playing.
Because
I don't
I
know.
remember going out and just like ringing on my neighbor's doorbell and like asking if like whoever's like fucking one of my friends is at their house.
Mm-hmm.
And then just going out unsupervised and fucking running around the neighborhood causing havoc and fucking ding dong ditching people
I
and
mean, that's
fuck.
what kids are supposed to fucking do is just like go out
I
and
feel like now it's just like you sit inside, fucking throw on the Apple TV and fucking leave them alone and give
yeah,
them a
throw them
fucking
in front of an
iPad.
iPad or throw them in front of a fucking
Oh,
PS5 or
I
something
hate
and
that shit, bro.
forget them.
Giving these little kids like tablets and shit. Oh my god.
You ever like look at
These
those
super
tablets
little
like in
kids.
detail? Just how
No.
fucking disgusting those things are. Just absolutely caked. And I mean fucking caked in snot and fucking grease and fucking saliva and shit. I used to work in retail and I would see that shit all the fucking time. Oh
That is
my
fucking
god.
funny.
Every little fucking like snot nosed fucking gunk riddled child that would fucking come up to me. Like, wait, my nose expression is cutting me out.
Oh my
I can't even.
god.
I can't even do it. But like these little fucking chitlin fucking goblins
Not
walking up to
riddled
me.
fucking bags of.
God, it's just disgusting. Like their iPads and fucking disgusting little rubber cases would just like solidify like concrete under their fucking snot nose, fucking water
It's like a
fountain
screen
nostrils.
protector of
God, oh
fucking
my god.
boogers and saliva.
Yeah, it's like one of those paper feel screen protectors, except it's not, and it's just shit and snot.
Ugh.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
it's so gross.
Yeah, but I mean, you just don't see, at least from my personal experience, like now that I'm older, slightly older than I guess being a teenager, you don't see like fucking kids running around anymore. There's always like a parent if they are like outside.
I feel like
Yeah, I feel like.
I don't
What are you gonna say?
n- kids, like when we were young, I remember like bragging to each other about like our bedtimes we used to have when we were little. I feel like now kids are gonna like start bragging about how much screen time they get when they were little. Like,
Oh my god.
how much screen time did you get when you were little? Or like,
I
No,
feel like
I would average like 24 hours a day.
when they came out like with the iPhone 4, I remember like begging because I think my dad had it. I remember like actually begging and begging and never getting it, and like occasionally I would get it. And now it's like I feel like they just get it regardless.
Like every kid has an iPhone.
Yeah, like every little
And like a
kid has.
top of the line iPhone too, not like some
Yeah,
shitty little fucking like an iPhone that's better than the one I have right
like
now.
a third grader has the iPhone 15 and he's walking around with that shit, and it's like bigger than his
yeah,
fucking
bigger
head.
than his arm.
Yeah. That is. I don't
It's
know.
funny because like all these like little kids and old people, they're very similar with technology in the sense that they'll have like their ringers on and it's like full fucking blast. Like they'll just let it go after getting a call for like a solid like 15
And
seconds
it's like
Huh,
straight.
the
is that
fucking
me?
on the loudest setting too.
The loudest setting. It's like, I think you're getting a call. And if it's a little kid, they're like, what are you talking about? And if it's like an old person, like, what the fuck? What is that?
Is that mine?
Is that mine?
That's what they always ask. Is that mine?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Hold on, I'm getting a
And nobody
call.
else has the fucking stock fucking I don't even
Yeah,
know like
iPhone fucking
ringtone.
ringtone.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Samsung ringtone. That another thing is like whenever you see like old people fucking checking out in like a fucking checkout line in retail, and they'll put their card in and it'll start beeping for you to take it out, and they'll just stare at you. Like, hello, fucking moron. It says take it out. You hear the fucking tone? Look at the fucking pin pad, moron. Quit fucking staring at me with your 1,000-yard stare, you disgusting fucking freak. I'll kick your
You're a
walker out
fucking
from under
menace.
you.
Oh my god.
I'll grab your cane and fucking huck it across your
Ugh.
It's just so
You're a
fucking
fucking
funny.
menace.
Because I see that happen firsthand, and then I'll go home and I'll see like a fucking meme about it. I'm like, that's enough Instagram for the day. Like, I just, oh my god, so
I have
fucking funny.
yet to see, like, even when, like, if I'm standing in line, I don't think I've seen anybody do that before.
Oh, I have.
That is fucking funny as
Ano-
fuck.
Another thing I notice is like kids and like just a lot of people in general just are so fucking illiterate with tech. They just don't know how to
Oh
do
my
a
god.
single goddamn thing on their computer. They're
Yeah.
like, "How do I print this file?" Like, are you serious? Like, are you actually asking me that? You don't know how to print something?
How
There's
do I
so many
open
like basic
Explorer?
things. So many basic
Like,
things where it's like, look it up.
it's
It's
like,
just crazy to me.
why is
Look
my
it up.
computer running so slow? I don't know, because you have 3 billion fucking apps running at the same time?
Yeah, Spotify, you have Discord, you have Google Chrome, you have YouTube, you have VLC player, you have 3 different fucking
Well, I
video
think
games running.
the iPad kids will fucking be a lot savvier with that stuff, but
I don't know, dude. Some of the
They're
kids, like,
kind of stupid as fuck.
they're pretty dumb. They're pretty dumb motherfuckers so
like,
far.
I don't think
Yeah,
I got an iPhone until I was like in
And,
7th grade.
and the
I got
reason
one in 6th grade, like a
I got
proper
one
one.
in 6th, and it was a hand-me-down iPhone 4. And but I think the reason I think that they're not gonna do so well with tech is that
7th or 8th grade.
they're so used to starting off with like touchscreen shit and
Hmm.
things that just work. They just work because that tech now is better than it was when we were little, and things weren't like things are way faster now. So that when things do go wrong and things start breaking, they're not going to know what to do because they're just used to things like generally working.
Yeah,
They'll never have to learn how to problem solve.
that's a really big skill people need to learn is like critical thinking and problem solving. Just
Critical thinking. That's fucking funny to me.
that's just something that like a lot of people lack. They just don't know how to like think critically for themselves. They always have to like resort to like don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with like asking for help or like looking it up on your own, but there's just some situations where people just cannot think for themselves and it's bad. It's really fucking bad.
That reminds me of like, speaking of like, I don't know if it's critical thinking skills or you're just a fucking idiot. Like whenever I'm working in produce, like, and somebody like asks me for something, and well, it's not even if they ask me for something. They like walk up to me. They just walk into the store and they'll be like, "Where's the celery?" And they'll be standing like right next to it, and they don't even try looking either. Like they're just so quick to just fucking. They don't even try. Like that's just basically the point I'm trying to make. They don't even like make the effort to fucking look. They're just fucking
Yeah.
instantly need the answer.
And you know what sucks is sometimes like I don't want to be that guy, so I'll go into like a retail store and I'll try my best to, like look fucking
I
everywhere for
never
stuff.
ask anything
And it
from
sucks because
anybody.
sometimes if I genuinely cannot find it, like the other day, like here's a really good example. The other day I kept fucking like looking around in the meat aisle because I was looking for some chorizo, and I like I couldn't find it. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I opened up the app for the HEB app. Like, okay, let me look this shit up. And I was like, oh, it was kind of vague because it was like, oh, it's along the back fucking meat wall. I'm like, I know that. Like, I know it's along this back wall. Where? What fucking section? So I just kept fucking scanning it left and right, and then I left, and I came back like 5 minutes later, spent another 5 minutes looking around for it. I'm like, I can't find this shit anywhere. I was like, I give up. I'm just gonna ask this motherfucker. I was like, excuse me, do you know where the chorizo's at? And then he's like, oh yeah, it's like right there. I'm like, what? He's like, oh, it's right there, right at the end of the aisle. I'm like, okay. Went to go look, not there. It's not at all where he said it was. I'm like, well, I don't want to ask again because then I look like a real fucking retard. So I just like I gave up. And then later on, I was like looking at like the Lunchables, and it was like right next to that for some reason. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's happening today. This
He
felt
was
like a
setting you up
fucking
for
moron.
failure.
Seriously, he just like enjoyed watching me fucking aimlessly wander around the store,
He
like
wanted
looking.
you to ask again so he could like
Yeah,
fucking,
roast me.
yeah,
Are
roast
you
you and like
fucking retarded or
and
something?
subtly like fucking I don't know, like let you know that you're an idiot. Like it's
Yeah, I
just
guess
right
so.
here. It's just
It's
right
right
here.
here, dumbass. Hey, moron! He's like snapping at me. Look over here. Look over here. It's right here.
That is fucking funny. That's also another thing that goes back to the tech savvy thing, because my store as well also has like an app that you can look up where stuff is in an aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it, unless you're like specifically for produce, it's not going to be like super specific, but like if it's like a canned good or something, or like some spices or some shit or whatever it is, it'll tell you which aisle it is on, and you can just go to that aisle and look for it. But people don't have the mental capability slash tech savvy fucking knowledge to download the Wegmans app and fucking use that instead of asking every fucking time where something is.
Yeah. Ugh, people are just dumb. I feel like the HEB one is like decent, the app, but the Target one is really good for at least for my store that I go to.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of work, though, my coworker
Mm-hmm.
recently. Well, I want to start this off by saying that I should probably start getting into sports, or I want to start getting into sports betting, just
Okay.
because I I make a mental note of like all the games that are coming on, and I usually like pick one pretty like before they start playing, like which one I think is gonna win. I would say
Mm-hmm.
probably like 80 to like 75% of the time I'm right usually.
Mm-hmm.
And I placed a bet with my friend on
Okay.
on a couple of the games, and it was nothing big. It was like $5 or whatever. But I mean, he specifically placed a bet on like the Colorado State game and the
Oh yeah,
Oregon game,
yeah, they
and
were losing that for sure.
I think before that game, Colorado State was 2-0, I believe. So it's like you didn't know they
Yeah.
were trash yet, but Travis Hunter was out or whatever.
Actually, no, I think they were 3-0. Because
It was like
everyone was
2
like
0
hyping
and
them up.
3-0. Yeah, everybody was like hyping the shit out of him. I was like, yeah, I bet you right now that Oregon wins this game, because I looked on the thing and it was like Colorado was like ranked number 20 or 19, and Oregon
Mm-hmm.
was like 16 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just made the prejudgment. I was like, Oregon probably spends more money on their players, like in general, like per player, just because they're such a big like
They're a
football
big school,
college.
man.
Yeah, they're big. They're big college compared to Colorado, and like Colorado just got put on the map by Deion Sanders. So I was like, yeah, let's bet like $5 on this, and it made me feel like, I don't know, gambling. Gambling makes me feel so good.
Okay.
Gambling makes your brain go burr, you fucking moron.
I want to
Just
fucking
winning
gamble. I love
winning
gambling.
that winning that bet made me fucking want to get into sports betting.
Bro,
You should go to
that
Vegas
that
and go to
fucking
fucking the
hit up
MGM
the
and
slots.
yeah.
Hit up the
No, fuck
slots.
slot machines. Go fucking bet on horse races
Horse
and,
races.
and hit the high stakes blackjack while you're at it.
I feel
Bro,
like
fucking
I say that I'm like good. I can like predict it 75 to 80%, but like as soon as I start sports betting, it's gonna
you're
be
gonna
all wrong.
lose all
Yeah.
your money
Oh
instantly.
my god. I
Let
But
me
bet.
just
you're
start
only a
dipping into
loser.
savings.
You're only a loser if you stop betting.
90% of fucking gamblers stop right before they win it big.
Yeah.
That is
If that
fucking
ain't the truest
funny.
goddamn thing you've ever said, Jason. I placed some proxy bets on a horse race when I was like a little kid once, because my when I my uncle, he likes to go to he lives in Minnesota. He likes to go to the racetrack a lot, the horse
Mhm.
racing track, because I don't know if he still does, but he used to have a stake in a racehorse.
Hmm.
So we'd go up there and watch it race, and he would place bets for us for who we would want to win. And I don't know
He's
if I
getting locked up.
yeah,
I'm snitching.
I just exposed a crime. Um, I don't know if I ever won a single like cent from that shit, but I still have some of the tickets, like the betting tickets. But
He's like, "Oh yeah, let's see your allowance that you saved up for a year, David. Oh, okay. You want to come bet it on my horse?" Make the pot bigger. Make the pot bigger. You should definitely bet on this guy. It's like the worst fucking like illest looking horse you can imagine.
Fucking
He's
one
so
hoof in the
bad.
fucking grave.
He scares the shit out of you. He
Your
doesn't even
uncle's scared the fuck out of
he
you.
doesn't even bet the money. He just takes the money and pockets it.
Oh my
You
god.
know all that money you just
yeah.
got for your birthday from your grandma and parents?
Give me that and I'll double it. I swear.
I'll double it, I swear.
Oh
Let
You
me
my
should
just
definitely
god.
bet
bet
it
on
on
this
this
guy.
horse.
You know
And
Oh
I'm definitely gonna bet
no.
this
Get
money on that
lost.
horse.
I know what we're
Oh,
doing
no.
after this podcast.
What?
It starts with the bandit and ends with the camp.
Banditcamp.com.
Fucking, I just know I'll be the one to change it. Out of all the people that lose money, I'll be the
Yeah,
one to succeed.
it'll be different for me. For me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know how people are like, I'll change her, I'll change him. I'm gonna change fucking gambling. That's gonna be me.
You're gonna be Mr. Gamble, fucking walking out
I
with
was
$1 million
talking
in debt.
I was talking to my dad and I was like pitching him the idea of starting like a scratch off and like putting it in like a super like poor area and just like having everybody buy it up and just like getting rich off of making people gamble for like whatever it is. Like the first card will be like $1,000, you win $1,000, and like each card will be like $2 or $1 or whatever. So people buy up, you just get 1,001 people to buy a ticket, and then you fucking make profit.
You just described how the lottery normally works.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was fucking. It's honestly not that bad of an idea. Like
Just
out of all the
described how the
people,
lottery normally works. Prey
out
on
of all the
stupid people.
out of all the people like scamming for money, like I gotta be the nicest person, like right? Like out of all the people that are making money off of poor people, like there's no way I'm the worst one. So like, why not give me all your money, right?
Yeah. Hey, what's the payout rate,
Yeah, why
Ewan? What's
not?
gonna be your payout rate?
I don't fucking know. Get some fucking
Uh,
lawyer to fucking lawyer it up for me.
People buy $10,000 worth of your tickets, but the jackpot's only $1,000.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no.
hold out putting the card until we make fucking $50,000.
Yeah, and then you'll
It's in
give
a
the
It's in
fucking-
circulation somewhere, guys. You just got to get the right one.
And the prize is only $1,000, so I just made
But
fucking
hey, for that
49 grand profit.
for that one lucky winner, they'll get more than they put in.
Door to door
$49,000
selling scratch
$49,000
offs.
profit minus whatever it costs to fucking make the scratch offs.
$1,000 scratch off that you can make
Yeah,
it like
and
a normal 2 weeks at a retail job or something.
Don't claim it on your taxes or nothing.
Yeah, that too. And then I'll make a new fucking whatever you want to call it scratch off card that's $49,000, and then I'll wait till that one goes up to like 150,000 buys, and then I'll fucking gain all that money, and then fucking do 100,000, and then keep going up and keep going up
I
and
mean,
making money and scamming the shit out of poor
again,
people, and then fucking making money.
You're just describing how the lottery normally works, my friend.
Imagine
You
like,
just want to
but
privatize it for yourself.
But people actually win that money though. So like
That's
like
another thing.
imagine
Like
I remember seeing, I forgot who won the Powerball, but it was like a fucking $1 billion or something like that.
Mhm.
Imagine you're like the poorest motherfucker and you spend your last like $20 on the Powerball and you fucking win. Like, what are you
That'd be
doing like
amazing.
with that money, that initial fucking
oh my God,
500
that's
million
crazy.
you get from after taxes or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always want to take the lump sum for a lottery. You never want to take the payouts.
Yeah.
There was a thing back. It was on Reddit. It was like what you should do if you win the lottery. And fuck, I should pull it up because it's actually pretty interesting.
I have
It's
an
just-
idea what I would fucking do.
Can we all like
If I
make a
had
pact
500
right
mil-
now? Make a pact right now, and like if we get some money, we put it together into like some sort of like gambling thing and make fucking people gamble for whatever it is, and then just make a shitload of money and fucking be the next Jeff Bezos. and BlackRock and all those fucking companies or whatever.
Sounds good. Sounds like a good plan.
If
Honestly,
you
like
guys,
if you want to make money, I feel like that's the new industry because I feel like now more than ever, like you get those fucking sports betting like ads on your phone, like fucking use
I do get those a lot.
DraftKings or whatever the fuck it is.
if you guys are
Mhm.
interested, I can read this little thing of like what you should do if you win the lottery. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's and this is a oh my god, this is crazy because it like shows it like gives some examples of like what has happened to previous lottery winners. So it's like congratulations, you just won millions of dollars in the lottery. That's great. Now you're fucked. No, really, you're fucked. If you want to skip the biographical tales of woe with some math tax protagonists, skip down to the next. Okay, let's see. Large jackpot winners face double digit multiples of probability versus the general population to be the victim of homicide, drug overdose, bankruptcy, and kidnapping, and triple digit multiples of the probability versus the general population rate to be convicted of drunk driving, the victim of homicide, a defendant in a civil lawsuit, and a defendant in felony criminal proceedings. And then it's
Hmm.
got several like examples of what happened to like these $1 million like lottery winners. This guy,
Well, now that I know that information, I'll just use the fucking money to hire like fucking
so,
24/7 bodyguards and
see,
fucking.
that's what you got to do. If you win the lottery, you tell nobody. You tell not a single person,
Yeah.
and you
Oh no, I'm
hire.
fucking telling everybody.
That's how you get killed.
I'm
That's
rich.
Shoving it.
I'm rich.
that's how you
Yeah,
get
they kill me.
fucking
They're gonna
killed.
get nothing from it. What the fuck? Oh no, you just killed me. Now you're fucking serving.
Yeah, and now you're dead. You
Well,
can't do
I'm
people are
anything.
dead.
dumb.
I'm dead, but he killed me for no reason, practically, and lost his entire life too, because now he's in fucking jail for life.
People are dumb, man. They're just stupid. They don't give a shit.
It's whatever. I'll be carrying. I'm gonna be carrying as a poor person a gun, and if I'm fucking rich, I'm sure as hell gonna be fucking carrying.
You're gonna be driving around a fucking armored tank.
He may fucking get a couple bullets in me, but I'm not stopping there. He's gonna be fucking dead before I am.
Hmm. This says immediately retain an attorney, get a large partner from a national firm,
I
and
think
take
what
the
you
lump
do
sum.
is you
Fucking
instantly invest that money in like fucking, or you apply to be like a fucking owner of BlackRock or some shit. Now you get all the fucking Illuminati fucking.
you definitely want to
Uh,
put it in like you definitely want to first get an attorney. You'd want to get like some sort of way to somewhere to put it, like an ETF or a savings account somewhere, or invest it in a mutual fund or something like that. I don't even know. But like it's crazy how many lottery winners have like ruined their lives because of it.
I feel like it's just because generally the people who win it like have never had money like ever in their
Mhm.
life, so they just spend it on everything and all the shit that they couldn't buy, or they spend it on all the stuff that they are fucking addicted to, which is
Yeah.
fucking
And they
cocaine and heroin and whatever the fuck it is.
they just don't know how to manage it properly.
Every poor person should just give me whatever little tiny bit of wealth they have.
Honestly, those
Because
people are fucking idiots. Like,
I'll put better use to it.
how do you like? You have all the resources in the world now that you have that money, and you can't fucking protect yourself
See,
slash fucking
Janet Leigh won
keep your
18
money.
million in 1993 in Missouri. As of 2001, she filed for bankruptcy with $700 in assets, and she won $18 million only 8 years ago.
Bro, how the fuck
Those
do
How?
Joe
people do
Biden
that? I
gas
just don't
prices.
understand it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1993,
1993, and she lost all her money in what year? 2021 or whatever.
2001.
Oh, I thought you said 20.
No, 2001. In 8 years, she somehow
It
went
said
from
Barack Obama gas
$18
prices.
million to 700. That is crazy.
Thanks, Obama.
Evelyn Adams won 5.4 million. She won twice in 1985 and 86. As of
What?
2001, poor and living in a trailer, gave away and gambled most of her fortune.
Gambled after
5.4
gambling and
million.
winning.
$5.4 million.
Bro, if you hit it that big, like well, I don't know about today hitting 18 million because that's a lot of money, but things are fucking expensive as shit now.
Jeffrey Dampierre, Jeffrey Dampierre won 20 million in 1996 in Illinois. As of 2006, kidnapped and murdered by own sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law, that's got to be a problem.
It's just crazy.
Like, how the fuck are you gonna?
God, just keep gambling, guys. Keep gambling. You'll win one day.
The people who fucking kidnap and murder people who win the lottery are actually retarded. I'm sorry, like.
I mean, I
First
generally
off,
don't think you're of. Generally, you're probably not of sound mind if you commit murder at all, but, you know. It's extra stupid if you do it to fucking somebody you're related to because they won the lottery. I mean,
that and it's like
the first
you're
people.
not getting that money, like if you kill them or not. Like
The first
you're
Mhm.
still gonna be broke
people.
as shit,
The
and now
first.
you're gonna be in
Yeah.
jail.
The first people that the law enforcement always suspects are like relatives. Those are always going to be the people they question first.
Yeah.
Just dumb motherfuckers, man. Keep gambling, guys.
Yeah. Moral of this podcast: keep gambling.
Yeah, keep gambling. All right, guys, let's make a gambling server so we can scam these fucking idiots that just kept gambling.
I mean,
I'm
oh,
serious.
we're still recording.
I'm gonna fucking make a gambling site or fucking make a scratch off or something, and I'm gonna get fucking dirty fucking rich off it.
You do that, Ewan. You do
I
that.
love being a scumbag.
Oh, God.
What are the poor people gonna use that money on? Drugs and food and whatnot?
Groceries and rent? I don't think so.
What are the single mothers gonna spend that money
Use,
on? Their kid and
use the
fucking-
money you get from them buying scratch offs to purchase their apartment complex and raise their rent.
What?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, as soon as I get fucking stinking rich off of making a service like that, I'm just gonna fucking invest into like some poor apartments,
Start
fix them up
buying up
just slightly, and
all
then
the
just have a
property.
bunch of like single moms move in there and just raise the fucking rent on it.
What a good idea.
Oh
Like
my
you
God.
cannot move into the apartment unless you're a single mother. And it'll raise the fucking rent like every other 6 months. That'll be funny.
And do nothing to like improve the property.
Yeah,
Just raise the
actually,
rent.
just make it worse. Like pay like some like fucking delinquent kids to like throw bottles through the windows and shit.
Delinquent kids.
If there's like paint chipping, you just fucking there's like bugs and shit. You just paint over the bugs.
There's a fucking hole in the wall, and you just fucking stick some styrofoam in that shit and just leave it.
Little bit of fiberglass, fiberglass, some plywood. Oh, I'd be
Honestly, ingenious.
we'd be great landlords, I think.
It's
I think
funny
so.
that we're saying this, but like some of this is like actually true.
Yep.
Like landlords are like that. People specifically will buy fucking properties just to fucking
Do
make
nothing
money
with them.
and
just to-
nothing
Yeah,
else.
and don't put any money back into it.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's horrible. I'd want to live in like
It's horrible, but that's the way of life that I'm going to be indulging myself into.
if I could help it, man. If I could help it. Like my first apartment, I would not just want it to be fucking some piece of shit like that with management like that.
Yeah, hell no.
But with how prices are, it's crazy. Like
You're gonna be living in like it looks like a fucking motel,
I'll
but
be
they
lucky
call
if
it
I get like a
apartments.
box on the on a sidewalk for like $500 a month, like an old refrigerator box.
Old refrigerator box.
I do not want to be paying fucking $5 for fucking gas.
Well, a lot of people already are, if not paying even more.
It's gotten up to like $4. It fluctuates in between $4 and like $3.50. I think
I think
$3.50 is
ours.
the lowest it's been in like a year.
I think ours is at like fucking 325 or like 329 last I checked.
You're honestly,
Oh shit,
Well,
I
it's
gotta get
been
gas.
it's been like that for a few weeks.
in DC. It's I think it's pretty close to $5, if not $5, which is crazy. Not catching me paying that shit.
Hell no, it's just annoying, man. So fucking annoying.
I also saw in the comments of our last podcast that somebody was upset that we weren't talking about Stinkfinger Bingo.
Oh, you guys want to get fucking nasty or something?
So let's all comment.
Uh,
Let's all comment on Stinkfinger Bingo, Jason first.
okay, well, it's my favorite game and pastime. For those that don't know what Stinkfinger Bingo is, I can give a general sum. More or less, you shove your finger in your friend's assholes, and your asshole, and they shove their fingers in your asshole, and a lot of fingers in assholes.
Honestly, I don't
Lots of
think they
fingers
take
and
it
assholes.
far enough. I
Honestly,
think it
like
needs to get
people
more
kind of just
intimate.
like people kind of just like skip the game and will just start finger popping each other's assholes, and that's it. And there's nothing to it. You literally just are fingering each other, and
That's
that's
it.
it. That's it.
Yep,
All right. All
that's
right.
it.
Next topic. College football.
Colorado's getting their ass whooped as we speak, I think.
They
Actually, I think
lost
they already, yeah, they got their ass whooped, yeah.
48-41. They almost came back, but still lost. Still lost. Still lost.
That team, I knew they were going to be overrated, especially with fucking Travis Hunter out of their shit.
Mm-hmm. That was like the big thing. The fact that he's out.
Auburn's
But
being Georgia right now,
I saw that. I was just looking at that. They were up like 17-10. They still
which
are.
is kind of crazy because Auburn's not even fucking ranked and
They're
Georgia's
not that
number one.
good. Auburn fucking they lost to A&M last week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A&M's not ranked, and now they're beating Georgia. Funny how that works.
I've actually, for NFL, I don't think I've been excited for a season of the NFL for several years now, as I am for this season.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I just like watching it now. I don't know what changed about it. I don't know what happened, but it's just more interesting. I don't know how to explain it.
Hmm.
I like all the new additions that they have to the NFL now. Like Tua's a great
Yeah,
quarterback. Fucking watching
that's
him
true.
and Jalen Waddle and fucking Tyreek Hill drop 70 on a fucking team is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Seeing um the Dolphins play last week was fucking crazy. That was a crazy ass game. Um, but now this week, everybody's like, "What's there to look forward to about Week 4?" It's like all the 0-3 teams are going against each other.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
funny. Like the Broncos, the Bears.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a pre-prediction before everything happens, and we'll see how. Because I said I was like 75 to 80% right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna do my predictions for all the games
Okay. What are your predictions? I'm
happening.
curious.
So the next game that comes on tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Jeez, that's early. What the fuck?
That was really early. What the hell?
Is the Falcons and Jaguars.
Who
Me
do you think's gonna win that?
personally, I think that the Falcons are 2-1, the Jaguars are 1-2. I think the Jaguars are winning.
Is Trevor Lawrence
Colts,
still their quarterback?
yeah.
Hmm.
Colts versus Rams. I think the Colts win. Ravens versus Browns. Ravens win. Vikings versus Panthers. Vikings win. Bengals versus Titans. Bengals win. Buccaneers versus Saints. I think Buccaneers win. Dolphins versus Bills. Dolphins win. Broncos
Okay.
versus Bears. Broncos win.
That's the one I'm curious about. I really want to see who comes
Because
out
they're
on
both
top.
dog shit.
They're so shit. They're horrible teams.
But to be fair, I feel like the Broncos have been playing some hard teams. at the beginning of the season. Like, let's go look at some of the teams they played. They played the Dolphins, which is a fucking really hard game to win. Okay, they played the Raiders and Commanders. The Commanders are alright, the Raiders are pretty hog shit. But going back to the predictions, I said Broncos were gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders, Eagles. I think Eagles are gonna win. Steelers, Texans. I'm gonna say Steelers are gonna win. Chargers, Raiders. Chargers are gonna win. 49ers, Cardinals. 49ers are gonna win. Cowboys, Patriots. It's gonna be Cowboys. Chiefs, Jets. It's gonna be Chiefs. Seahawks, Giants. It's gonna be Seahawks. And
I
that's
think
all the teams.
I tend to agree with most, if not all, of your predictions. That sounds
The
pretty
only
spot
two
on.
that might change for me are either Colts and Rams. I could see the Rams winning over the Colts.
I was gonna say that's the one where I say, if not all, it's probably the Rams, if anything.
Or the Buccaneers and Saints. I think the Saints could probably win, maybe, just because Baker Mayfield's fucking kind of dog shit, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my predictions, and we'll look back at this, and hopefully by the next podcast we'll know my actual ranking and rating
Yeah,
skills.
we gotta write that down and see how many out of how many you got right.
You should gamble on that.
You should gamble on that. Let's see if you can put your money where your mouth is,
some
boy.
bones
You
on
have to be
that.
21 to gamble. I'm pretty sure you have to be 21, right?
Depends on where you live. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what the rules are for like online gambling, actual money.
Yeah,
But
that's the
actual
only
like
thing
live gambling, it depends because some
they
places that you have to be 18. Some places you have to be 21.
I think in Virginia it's 21, but a lot of the states are like legalizing gambling and opening up the casinos and shit like that. That's why I brought it up, because people are, or like states in general, are like allowing people to do this type of thing. So it's going to be a big industry to get into, and if you get into it
Mm-hmm.
early, it'll be smart. But that's why I originally brought it up. But
Yeah.
we'll see how these games turn out. I think specifically on this week, I think 90% of my predictions will be right. And the Lions and Packers already played, so that doesn't count.
Who won?
The Lions
Packers?
did.
Oh, Lions. Actually, yeah, that makes sense now that I think about it. Well,
I hope.
what are you gonna say?
I said I hope I'm gonna be right. Otherwise, it's gonna be embarrassing as fuck. Like every prediction's wrong.
Every single one's wrong. There's no way every single one's wrong. That's just like that's impossible.
We'll
But
see.
You
yeah,
sound
we
like
will
a
see.
gambler.
Y'all want to call it here?
It's been an hour, which
been an
is
hour.
pretty respectable time.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I think that's
as
a good
long
place to end it off on. Our
as long as we
predictions.
shoot for an hour, I think that's usually like a pretty good
Yeah,
estimate.
by an hour, it's been 58 minutes, but hey, close enough.
Yeah, close
Uh,
enough.
all right. Well,
All right, make sure to like and
yep.
subscribe, and
If you're,
check out the TikTok and Instagram.
if you're on
And
And
Spotify right now, yep, check all that out. Like the
oh yeah, I
yep,
Spotify
forgot we are on
page.
Spotify. Yeah, make sure to
follow us.
follow that and
We're gonna
let us
try
know
and
what you
post this
think.
weekly, if not weekly, bi-weekly for sure. Like it's
Yeah,
just
something like
that's
that.
our goal.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. See you guys next video, next podcast.
See you around.